Hi there, so today we're going to be creating iris folding cards. If you're wondering exactly what that might be, I have an example of one. So here is what one might look like. This was used with the square pattern. And it's a whole bunch of folded scrap pieces of paper together that are taped to look like a design. And we're going to be creating one today. So first you need to choose what design. You can go online and search iris folding patterns, and there's a whole bunch of free ones. There are some you have to pay for, but 9 out of 10 times you can find one that's for free. So I have some examples of ones. I have a heart pattern, I have a dolphin pattern, a teddy bear pattern, and just simple shapes such as stars and circles. So today I'm going to be using the pattern of number 2. This is what it looks like. And then I'm going to create the number 22 on my card. First, you are going to want to get together all of your materials so you don't have to get up and look for them while creating this design. The 4 main things you're going to need in this project are Scotch tape to hold all the folded pieces of paper together, low tack tape to tape your pattern down to your card and not ruin your design in the end, some scissors to cut the pattern out, and a pencil. If you have an X-Acto knife, it's much easier to cut your pattern out since you're only cutting the middle out, but if not, scissors work great. After you get those together, you're going to want to decide what color paper you want to use. So my pattern requires 4 different colors. So I am going to be using maroon ribbon, some baseball scrapbooking paper, white glitter scrapbooking paper, and some gray scrapbooking paper. You don't necessarily have to use scrapbooking paper like I am using ribbon. You can also use old wrapping paper, which turns out very cute. You can also even use candy wrappers or old gum wrappers. As long as you can fold it a little bit, then it'll work great. So now to begin, we are going to be cutting out my pattern on my paper. You're going to want to lay down your pattern with the numbers down so your pattern comes out correct once it's finished. And you're going to trace it. So I have traced and cut out mine since it takes a few minutes to make it look nice and neat. So this is what it's going to look like. As you can see, I only cut the middle out. You do not need to worry about saving the middle pieces for anything minor and complete scraps. So then I'm going to trace it over here and cut out another 2 to make it say 22. Once I have 2 22 twos, I'm going to place my pattern face down so the messy side is on the bottom of the card and not the top. So you can see it's face down, and I want my card to read 22 this way. And then you're gonna have all your tapings on this side and your pattern numbers on this side. So now we're gonna begin with folding our paper and creating our design. So with every pattern, there's gonna be a pattern guide, and this is the pattern guide that I'll be using. It came with my numbers. Color A, B, C, and D. So my first color is going to be my maroon ribbon, and then I'm going to be using my gray scrapbooking paper, and then I'm going to be using my baseball paper and my white glittery paper. So you're going to match the color to the number and just continue to move around in consecutive order until you get to the end. So we're going to start first with color 1, which is number 1, and my maroon ribbon. So I'm going to cut a piece of maroon ribbon that's long enough to cover the number 1 section. And I'm just going to fold the top over a little bit to create that nice fold. And I'm going to tape the folded side up facing me, so the nice side is facing down. So as you can see, my folded side is up. It's covering the whole section number 1, and I just taped it down. From there, we're gonna go all the way around. So I'm gonna do my gray paper next, which is gonna be number 2. You don't need to cut your pieces of paper out. They can be just ripped off pieces of scraps. As long as you have a nice clean folded edge that covers your design, you'll be fine. Don't worry about the back looking nice at all because you're gonna cover it up anyways at the end. So it's okay if it looks messy. Another tip to remember is when you are placing your paper down, you want to make sure that the folded edge is on the bottom of the line you're filling. So when I do number 3 right here, my folded edge will be at the top of this line. Here you can easily see where my folded piece is, and it goes at the very top of the line. So you're gonna keep going around filling in your colors by numbers, and once you are done, you're gonna take your pattern off, and this is what it's gonna look like. So this is my first 2. My second 2 is not done yet, but this gives you an exact, it's gonna be an exact replica of it, and you're gonna have a number 22. So because there is a center here, you are gonna put a black piece of paper behind. So you can't see, and the black paper will cover up all your taping on the back. I like to just glue the edges nice and neat and then recut it so it's nice and straight edges, and they can't even tell that you have only taped all your folded pieces of paper on the back. And that's how you create an IS folding card.